Inside life of Manchester City owner Sheikh Mansour. Abu Dhabi native Sheikh Mansour bought Manchester City in 2008. This was the start of the club's meteoric rise to the top of European soccer. In the 13 years that Sheikh Mansour has owned Manchester City, the team has won 5 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, and 6 EFL Cups. But even though £2.5 billion or $3.5 billion of Abu Dhabi money is said to have been put into the club since Mansour took over, the blue half of Manchester has not been able to win the coveted Champions League. In this video, let's talk about the inside life of Mansour bin Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who is an Emirati politician who is the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, Minister of Presidential Affairs, billionaire and member of the ruling family of Abu Dhabi. He is the brother of the current president of the UAE, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and is married to one of the daughters of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. Sheikh Mansour's business and political life, as well as how much money he has. Even though he is the chairman of the city, which is probably the job that most people know about, he says in his official biography that it is not one of his most important jobs. The 50-year-old Emirati royal is the CEO of Abu Dhabi's Mubadala Investment Company. This company is in charge of the Emirates' $243 billion sovereign wealth fund. He's also on the board of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company and is the head of the Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation, the Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, and Emirates Global Aluminum. Mansour has done very well in politics. Right now, he is the Minister of Presidential Affairs and the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates. Mansour, who is said to have a net worth of $22 billion and is the CEO of Abar Investments, is in charge of a profitable corporate portfolio. Among other things, this portfolio has a 32% stake in Virgin Galactic and a 9.1% stake in Daimler. He also owns the Abu Dhabi Media Investment Corporation, or ADMIC, which, along with British Sky Broadcasting, set up Sky News Arabia. The success of his international petroleum investment company is the main reason why Manchester City's owner has amassed a fortune worth £17 billion. He's also a member of the royal family of Abu Dhabi. In his home country, the United Arab Emirates, he is the Minister of Presidential Affairs and the Deputy Prime Minister. The Sheikh, who is 51 years old, is friends with the British businessman Richard Branson and has a big stake in Virgin Galactic, the company that Branson started to make spaceships. And if that wasn't enough, the Premier League team he manages right now is the best team in English football. But who is Mansour, and where does he spend all of his money? Let us introduce you to his world of wealth, which includes a yacht worth £400 million that he lent to one of the most famous movie stars in Hollywood. When you have $1 billion, you should probably put some of it into a sports team. Mansour and his Abu Dhabi United Group paid a total of £210 million to buy Manchester City in 2008. Since then, he's made it his mission to make sure the club's players are among the best in the world. On the other hand, the Sheikh is a smart businessman who doesn't waste money for no reason. In fact, on the same day that City bought Gareth Barry from Aston Villa for £12 million, he sold a position in Barclays that he had bought a few months earlier and made a profit of $1.4 billion. Mansour started a second Major League Soccer team in New York in 2013. He was able to get Frank Lampard and David Villa to play for the New York City FC. And now his City Football Group has grown to include teams from the United States, Japan, Spain, Australia, India, Uruguay, China, Belgium, and France, so he has ownership in clubs all over the world. This high-end boat. When you look closely at Mansour's beloved yacht, you might start to cry a mix of tears of happiness and awe. The luxury yacht Topaz is thought to be worth around £400 million. It's the 5th largest super yacht in the world, and it's a monster. The yacht, called Topaz, is 482 feet long and was made to order by Lürssen Yachts in Germany in 2012. Tim Haywood was in charge of making it. It has 8 stories, 2 helipads, 3 swimming pools, a fitness center, a jacuzzi, and even a theater. Right before Brazil's first game in the 2014 World Cup, Leo DiCaprio was seen throwing a party on the yacht Topaz for 21 of his closest friends. It was lent to the actor who won an Oscar, and he and his friends enjoyed the Carnival scene in Sao Paulo. The actor got the item from Mansour. That's not a bad phone number to have on your speed dial. It was also said that when Mansour docked his boat at the Marmaris port in Turkey, he had to refuel it. We got this information from a different source. It was said that it took him 5 hours and cost him 380,000 pounds to fill the tank with 730,000 liters of fuel. His automobiles. In 2005, Mansour bought a share in Ferrari that was equal to 5% of the company's total ownership. He did this so that Formula One racing could be held in the United Arab Emirates. Mansour also owns 5% of Ferrari, which means he owns both this Enzo and 5% of Ferrari. His £91 million investment paid off, and since 2009, the Grand Prix of Abu Dhabi has brought together the best race car drivers in the world. In addition to owning Ferrari, Mansour has a 9.1% stake in Daimler AG. They own Mercedes. The Sheikh's Mercedes SLR McLaren is thought to be worth around £350,000. He also owned a collection of some of the most amazing race cars in world's history. In the past, he had a Mercedes SLR McLaren that cost £350,000, a Lamborghini Reventon that cost £840,000, and a Ferrari Enzo that cost £2.5 million in his collection. Like Floyd Mayweather, Mansour likes the Bugatti Veyron. He has 5 of them, and each one has a base price of £1.1 million. The most expensive thing in his collection is a Porsche 911 GT1, which cost almost £3 million, since Mansour is interested in cars. The Grand Palaces. Being a member of the royal family of Abu Dhabi gives you a lot of benefits, and having your own castle is one of them. Sheikh Mansour is a member of the Al Nahyan family, which owns a massive mansion in the city. Political leaders like Barack Obama have been invited to private meetings there more than once. Mansour is said to have bought a Spanish villa in the southwest of Spain for £42 million and 20,000 acres in 2016. The exclusive estate is called Las Quintos de San Martín, is close to the small charming town of Valencia de las Torres. It cost £2.2 million to build and opened in 2005. It has been called the only real 7-star hotel in the world. Most of the gold and marble furniture in the hotel is in the 394 guest rooms, 92 suites, and 22 residence suites. People think that Mansour stays on the penthouse floor, which has 6 ruler suites that are only for dignitaries and can only be used by them. Parts of the movie Fast and Furious 7 were also filmed there, which is an interesting fact. Among his other interests are nice homes, hotels, cars, and football are the only things that get Mansour excited, but they aren't the only things. He went to school at Santa Barbara College in California, which is in the United States. He now has investments in more than 50 businesses all over the world. One of his many business projects is his partnership with Richard Branson in the company Virgin Galactic, which sells spaceships to the public. He is also head of Sky News Arabia and the patron of the Zayed Annual Half Marathon. He also runs the Emirates Horse Racing Authority as its head. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.